Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of this weekly video series that I like to call Flex and Reflex Sunday Sit Down. It's where I sit down once a week to answer all the questions that have been sent through around health, wellness, fitness, mindset, nutrition, strength, cardio training, things like that. So today I wanted to tackle it a little bit differently by me asking you some questions, and then I will reflect on how I would answer them. So the first one is, if you had to remove one unhealthy habit this week to level up your performance, what would it be, and why haven't you done it yet? Well, I think every week that we go through, we have a different challenge, right? There are at this time, it's 1:10 p.m. on a Sunday. This time tomorrow, I've had 24 hours of things to happen. I haven't checked my inbox this morning, but there are things that come in my inbox, things that come through all my social media channels and everything that require me to action, or they can be a distraction from what it is that I'm focused on. Excuse me. And so we can put down our best laid plans, but something is always coming along to kind of nudge us off course. So if I look at myself over this past sort of 7 to 10 days, sleep has been a real struggle for me. I'm waking up at 2 a.m. I'm waking up at 3 something. I'm waking up at 4 something. And I'm getting maybe 5 hours of solid sleep. Before then, sometimes I'm just getting up after a while because I'm trying to get back to sleep and I can't. And then other times I'm sleeping in a little bit more. But that is a challenge for me. And I'm thinking, like, why is that happening? I'm getting to bed early enough. Am I getting to bed too early? So then I'm waking up at those times. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm not waking up super stressed, but there are always things to think about. So I'll lie there and then think, okay, well, I'm awake, so why don't I think about this and so forth. So sleep is a real challenge for me this week. Another one, if I have a look in my supplement, I've got a 7-day like pill box where I put all my supplements in it. I lay them out for the week, so then I just grab them out of there. So if I have a look at the whole week, I have 3 fish oil capsules that were uneaten. So one was on Friday and 2 were from Saturday. So it's like, okay, well, there's a gap there for me. What was it that I wasn't doing? And I think the reality was I had something different to eat last night. I forgot, sure, as simple as that. I forgot to take it. And it's like, man, why didn't you check that? You should have made sure that you're still leveling up all of those things. So I think for me, this question, it's about challenges. It's about self-awareness. It's about accountability and reflecting on the week that was. I did my strength workouts. I had a couple of days. Actually, yesterday was a day. It was so hot here. I didn't get up the number of steps that I would like to. I think I finished with around maybe 7,000. I normally do 10. So it's like, okay, I was just so tired after I was home really late on Friday night. I had dinner with a celebrity. I didn't get home till after midnight. By the time I got to sleep, it was probably close to 1 a.m. I was up at like 7 a.m. It's a little bit later than normal on a Saturday. And then I had 9, 10 sessions back to back until about 1:30 p.m. And then I just needed to relax a little bit. I was tired. And because it was so hot, I just didn't feel like going out, pardon me, and doing that walking. So my steps were down a little bit. So again, I reflect on those things and think about, well, again, the sleep, the energy, there's some things there that sort of let me down. So you answer those questions, or that question for you. All right. Next question. Are your daily actions matching the person that you truly want to be? Because we can talk a very big game, but are you actually living it? Okay. But are you getting back up again? Are you still moving forward? Are you still taking all the action every single day to make sure that you can achieve what it is that you want to achieve? If you are not where you want to be in any area of your life, you really need to stop making up excuses as to why you're not there and keep on taking the consistent right action to get you there. And this is one of the toughest things that we face in life. How do we do things consistently so that we can live the high performance outcomes in life that we really want? It's super important to do, but are you doing it? Like, what are you not doing right now? What are you not doing to live the life that you really want to? In your health and wellness, what are you doing? And do you just keep saying, oh, I'll do the workout tomorrow? I will, next week will be better. Why do you keep putting it off? Why do you keep making up excuses as to why you haven't stopped smoking, why you're drinking too much, why you're eating not wholly nutritious food, you're not eating frequently enough? Why are you making up those excuses for yourself? And I'll tell you why. The reason is that I see in most of my clients, and that is that most people don't come up with a bigger definition for themselves as to what it is that they want, why that's so important to them. Make sure that your definition of health is so rock solid that you will never, ever stop achieving what it is that you want to achieve, because it's your goal. You have no excuses for not doing it because you set it. If you didn't set the goal right, then that's on you. Reset the goal, lower the bar if you need to, achieve that, and then move on. Don't set it so big and make it so hard to achieve that as soon as you don't, you say, oh, well, it's just too hard, I'm going to give up altogether. That never, ever works. Right? We want to do the small, consistent things that you can stick to. And it doesn't matter what I can do or what the person next to me can do. It's what you can do. The small things that you can implement today and stick with for 7 days and say, yeah, I can do that. If you feel like you can't handle any more, do that again for another 7 days before you add the next step in that process. Move at your pace. Don't try and achieve a ridiculous amount of weight loss in a 4-week period of time, right? We want healthy, sustainable living. That's what we want to achieve. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there, as long as you get there, right? All right. That's a really important question. All right. When was the last time you intentionally did something uncomfortable to grow stronger, whether that's physically or mentally? I like to think like I'm in my studio at the moment. I like to think of the likeness to a workout to the emotional workout that you need to do. We only get bigger, leaner, stronger, more toned by putting ourselves in pain, by working ourselves, pushing hard to achieve the things that we want to achieve. And that means it's going to hurt. Like if you want to get mentally tougher, you want to get stronger, you want to become more resilient, then you've got to push through that emotional pain as well, whatever that looks like for you. It all feels different for different people. There's different triggers for different people as well. There's no right or wrong. It's just you feel what you feel, and that's the way that it is. But it's how you respond to the pain that really matters. And as you step into that emotional pain, it can be really uncomfortable. And sometimes there's some really uncomfortable conversations that you need to have. But guess what? Next time you do it, it will be easier. Next time you have that conversation, it will be easier. Next time you get faced with that challenge, it is not as challenging. Do it 5 times and you'll find that, oh, you can just do it easily now. Right? But this is another huge reason that stops people from achieving things, because they feel overwhelmed and it's like this incredible weight that's like crushing you down. You need to be able to determine strategies that can help you respond to those things in a way that enables you to grow. Now, if you do not put yourself in these uncomfortable positions, then you do not grow. What's an uncomfortable position when it comes to growing your mindset? It might be starting a podcast, for instance. So you don't have to start recording and posting them straight away. But what I would suggest is that you do actually start recording them, but just record them on your phone. Like I just grab my phone, I use voice memos, I hit record, I start talking. If I go back and listen to the very first one I did, I'm almost 4,000 podcasts in now. My first one was horrible. Like it was really horrible. It's as simple as that. I recorded it for one person, one of my clients that was listening, and I thought they needed some extra like parts of me, if you like, on a daily basis to help them progress. But the first one, it was horrible. I don't go back and listen, but I did listen to the first one. I think, I wonder what I sounded like. I sound like I'm going through puberty. It's like, hello, everybody, it's Rob Evans here. It's like, I didn't know what I was doing, but I just made a start, right? And one of the reasons I started, not just for that client, but it was because I wanted to learn how to speak better and have more confidence when I projected my voice and be more passionate about what it was that I was speaking about as well. So that might be something to help make you feel uncomfortable, to also help you get stronger. So think about those situations. Maybe it's going to a networking event. Now, not everybody is going to be great at these networking events, but think about it as practicing, interacting with people, asking questions, just get to know people. Now, the easiest way to start a conversation with somebody in a room that you don't know anyone, just ask questions about them. People love to talk about themselves. So just be curious. Be genuinely curious about getting to know people. And then you just never know where things can go. All right. Fourth question. What's your non-negotiable health ritual and what happens when you skip it? Okay, this is a really important one again, because I have so many non-negotiables. For me, I've got to sleep. I've got to do that well. Obviously, I'm having some challenges with that at the moment. I've got to eat well. I've got to eat my 5 to 6 meals, highly nutritious meals all the time. I've got to make sure I take my supplements. And obviously, as I mentioned earlier, sometimes there can be some gaps for me too. I'm just human. Making sure that I do my 3 strength workouts a week. Tick for this week. Getting my 10,000 steps or an average of 10,000 steps for the week in place. Again, I mentioned I only got in 7,000 steps yesterday. Those things for me are just non-negotiable. I have to make sure that I get these things done or as close as possible if I'm not getting them done as in what I've spoken about here. And then I analyze, well, why didn't I achieve those? Now, most weeks I'm achieving all of those things, and that feels really good. And that helps me put my body in a place where I know I'm energized, I'm healthy, and I'm achieving the things that I want to achieve, right? And that provides the foundation for my high performance success. So find out what those non-negotiables for you are. For me, other ones like no drinking, no smoking, no drugs, no things like that. And they never get breached. Last question. If you could master one health pillar, like whether it be nutrition, mindset, fitness, recovery in the next 30 days, which would have the biggest impact and why? Probably for me, well, that's a question for you. Nutrition is massive, right? Most people don't realize what energy they're missing until they get a bit of it and they say, wow, is that what great energy is supposed to feel like? For me, it's probably, it would be mastering recovery. And like I said, in my sleep, I would love to be able to flick a switch and just go bang, just set the timer, just like the alarm. Or I want 6.5 hours sleep. I want 7 hours sleep and just bang, just be out like that and not be disturbed or wake up until that time passes. The days when I'm not fully recovered in that way, I find it's like a pressure where I'm not as focused. I'm just not in that high performance mindset as much as I would like to be. Maybe it's 1%, maybe it's 5%, maybe it's 10%, maybe it's a little bit more on those days. But for me, that's what I would like to master, because everything else I am constantly getting better at. And the sleep part is the one that's a little bit out of my control in some ways, because it is what it is, right? If you're doing the best things to put yourself in the right place to sleep and then it's just not happening, then yeah, we need some more practice at that to help get it right. All right, so I ask you those 5 questions today for you to be able to answer for yourself. Super important ones to answer. And look, if you can find out what is stopping you in all of these places, I guarantee you in 7 days, you'll start to feel massively different if you are able to answer all of those things in a positive way. All right, so have a great week ahead. Set yourself up for success and make sure you do not make excuses and just keep pushing to make sure you hit your goals. All right, if you want to connect with me, then click the links below. You can submit your questions there. I give everybody a free consultation. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. I am here for you. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.